All right, there we go. We are live. We are back to day 3 of the Advent of Code challenge, the Toboggan Trajectory. And yes, 218 was the correct answer. My stream ended for some reason. I have no idea why. Before that, also, I noticed a mistake I made for the splice method. Instead of prepending the console log, I replaced the whole function with it, which didn't make any sense. So turns out it will return an array 2. But I guess what kind of array does it return? Zero, 1. Oh yeah, since we're removing it, it will only return the removed one, which obviously wouldn't have worked. All right, so part 1 finished. Let's take a look at the second part. I did not see that yet. I did not read it yet. So part 2. Time to check the rest of the slopes. You need to minimize the probability of a sudden arboreal stop, after all. Determine the number of trees you would encounter if, for each of the following slopes, you start at the top left corner and traverse the map all the way to the bottom. Write 1 down, down 1. Write 1, down 1. Write 3, down 1. This is the slope you already checked. Write 5, down 1. Write 7, down 1. In the above example, these slopes would find 2, 7, 3, 4, and 2 trees, respectively. Multiplied together, these produce the answer 336. What do you get if you multiply together the number of trees encountered on each of the listed slopes? Okay. Okay, so I guess I just run it 4 times, but with slightly altered slopes. Doesn't sound hard because we have it here, the number of splices, and it's, there you go. Here it's a 2. Okay, so we need to change this to a 2 once, and we also need to modify this right here. All right, fair enough. So let's add another parameter. And what do we call it? Amount. All right, amount. And then we need to pass it on amount. I'm thinking if I should turn this into an object. It would probably make it easier. Yeah. Then saving it back into it makes it a little bit more complicated. So Actually, I will call it write down and then traverse. So this is the first one that we already had. We know the result, so that will serve as a test. Call write down. So let's do it again. Write down. And then it's shifted, which means write down. All right. For the lines, we need down. Need the down parameter. Then for the trees, I'm just yawning on live YouTube. Whatever. It's almost midnight. So basically, I'm just adapting those functions to account for the parameters that I will be passing on. So here we have down, and then here it's the right. Right. And what do we do? Right. Right. And that's it. Let's run it. Nothing changed. Still 218. Nope, it froze. It's not working. We have an error. Oh, and no, I need to adjust this array and then the length. Oh man. Right. Down. And then here we need limiter. Limiter equals down plus 1. Yeah, that should make it flexible too. Call but we still have an error. Invalid string length. Oh man. Yep, we messed up. JSON stringify, add shifted. All right, so down is 1, mapped lines. Right. And let's start. It's looking. Oh my God, moron. Obviously. And why am I calling this function again? There we go, that's better. That's a better error to have. But funny enough, I was thinking of a recursive function that would know to call itself somehow to exactly not have this problem. Okay, cannot read property undefined of undefined. Okay, so basically I'm passing on these values and they are undefined. That is very strange. Oh, because I also need to pass it down to traverse. Wait, shift it? Oh, man. Almost wish I would do the shifted thing outside. I think that's a good point to make. Shift it. Shift. And now we paste the finished array, much cleaner, and write down. Yep. Oops, we have a console log. Haha. Cool. Back to square one. Man, I suck at refactoring. All right, but we have this, so now we need to do it for all of these numbers. Okay. Should be easy enough. Do I want to make a loop in an array? Or do I want to just call this function 5 times? Let's call it 5 times. So it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 7, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. One, 1, 3, 5, oops, 5, 7, and then a switch row, 1, 2. Oh, is it times or multiply? Multiply. Boom. All right, let's see. That's the right answer. You are 1 gold star closer. Okay, that was easy enough. Not sure if I'm feeling like another one. Let's see what it is. Bonus. Return to your advanced calendar. That gotta be a... Okay. Well, password processing. In any case, if I'm gonna feel like doing another one, I'm gonna do it in a separate stream. But hope you enjoyed this. It was a fun challenge. It looked a lot more complicated than it turned out to be. And I think what really made it easier was me doing it recursively. I think that reduced a little bit of that overhead of thinking of looping through it multiple times. Yeah, let's go through it. I think the key things that made this a little bit easier. So definitely removing the number of lines that we already used made it easier, which I do with map lines. So here I removed those used lines already that we slid past already. And so I don't have to keep count on which line I am. That makes it a lot easier. And the same goes for the horizontal ones. Makes it much easier to always start from the beginning and just append these parts to the end, which kind of removes the necessity to keep track of where I am horizontally, as well as having a check if I'm already at the end. And then appending the whole string. I think it would be computationally easier because I'm not mapping so many times. Also, I guess I would use a transducer for this if I needed this to perform faster. But really, these things are really fast. So yeah, I think not keeping track of the indexes vertically or horizontally made it a lot easier. And then doing it recursively, just going each line or step by step, like three right, one down, and then from the start again. I think that made it easier to reason about as well. But you do have to somewhat be comfortable with the idea of recursiveness. And I mean, it is basically Inception. And yeah, I know people who were, I mean, even for me, it takes a while until you wrap your head around it. But after that, it's really cool. All right. So, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you solve your problems. I hope this code isn't terrible. Yeah, one more thing would be that, yeah, if you want to bonus for functional programming, if you map over things multiple times, you can use transducers, which is a reduce function really, where you can pass in multiple map and filters into it, which is really cool. And this way you only map over it once instead of multiple times. And the second thing here, usually I would use a compose function here. Maybe I'll copy paste one in the next video. Okay, well, finishing finally. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope it helps anyone. But in any case, this was a lot of fun, and I can totally recommend you doing this. All right, see you on day 4, maybe. Where's the stop button? Stop streaming.